Hey y'all, thanks for the, I took a backup video while you were all waiting, and then I finally figured out how to go live.
While you were all waiting, and then I finally figured out how to go live. While you were all waiting, and then I finally figured out how to go live.
Something's happening here. Looks like I have some technical difficulties here. Yikes. Technical difficulties here. I had OBS hoping to share my screen. Starting over. There's feedback. Why is there feedback? Let me turn this. Oh, it's probably that having that stream open. Okay, I think I'm finally getting started here. There's a Raspberry Pi sitting here. That one's live. This one is just a demonstration so that you can see how this works. Basically, you don't have to have much technical knowledge. You flash this image, stick it into the Raspberry Pi, and then the setup is basically after you connect to it, like it's an access point with a captive portal browser page, you walk through these browser pages, and my do-it-yourself tutorial has all that stuff. So this guy right here, Raspberry Pi, sits in kind of my family room area, and then I have things like home security. I have about 3 door sensors and 4 motion sensors, and I'm going to just start you off with, because I didn't figure out how to screen share, I'm just going to start you off with a view from my browser, and I was already recording. Let's just go up and show you while I show the entry door here. And then if I actually open the door, let's see if I can do this. See, the door is open and the door is closed. And I walk by a motion detector. You see that motion detector right there, it just went off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a rule. I'm going to turn on a rule, actually, that right here, the mobile phone is best for operation, and setting up the rules is really best on a PC. So I'm going to go here and I have this entry door. It's disabled because I'm in town, but if I were on vacation, I could enable this rule, and it says if any of the doors are open, then send me a Slack message and do all sorts of crazy stuff, including you can listen to the Google Home go off. So now, let me just go back to my, you'll see a bunch of lights, and what's going to happen is when I open the door,
unauthorized persons are requested to leave the premises immediately.
And so what that was doing is this little Google Home is sitting there, and that basically tells people go away. All of these lights turned on. So here's the light that just turned on right there. So that's pretty cool. Now for convenience, you don't have to walk around or open your smartphone to turn all these off. You can actually use your voice. So one of my favorite things about this system is all the voice commands are private and processed locally. So I can say to that little black speaker there that's plugged into the gateway, hey Snips, turn the study to blue. And you see that light just went blue. Hey Snips, turn the study to green. Now it's green. And then I have a virtual, like I have a pulse called everything. That's a 1 second pulse that's inverted. And when I tell Snips to turn everything off, then that pulse, you're going to see it go off, and it's tied to a rule that turns everything off. Hey Snips, turn everything off. So you see that 1 second went off, and that triggered to turn everything else off, which is really convenient. And I have things like the outdoor lighting that's on a thing called a string, and it's the string right here is tied to this outdoor lighting, which is a smart plug connected to a IKEA smart plug. And you can see the lighting right up there. And so I can just turn on the string with my voice or with this, and the lighting turns on. And then I can come in here, I have guests, and I can just say, hey, Snips, turn off the string. And then the string is back off again. So, and then there's like home monitoring. So I have temperature sensor, leak detector. So under the sink here, this is a water sensor, so that if something is leaked, it lets me know. And then I have that tied to a rule and the Google Home. And here again, I will show you the utility of having something spoken. So if this leak detector were actually to get wet, I have pre-recorded what the Google Home should say. So there's intruder alert, you already heard, and significant earthquake over 5.0 for my USGS feed into it. And then I have my leak detected. So here's what Google Home would say.
Check under the sink for possible leak.
So you can make as many things as you want. In fact, I can even type something in here like Maker Faire 2020 high. Set that to 50%. So you can do them on the fly.
Maker Faire 2020 high.
And just type that in. Kind of cool, huh? So the convenience of having things spoken to you. So you can imagine that eventually they'll tie together where the speech to text that it converts to do my voice commands will respond with a text to speech that's actually just on the Raspberry Pi. Right now we don't have that yet. You can see I'm in the TV area, the motion is detected. There's another great rule I have, which is basically an upper deck sliding glass door. While the door is open, there's a fan right inside that's pointed out, and the temperature is over 23 degrees. Then the fan automatically goes on. Only while the temperature is above 23 degrees, which is like, high 70s Fahrenheit. And then so I go to bed, leave the door open, and the fan will automatically turn off once the temperature is cooled down. So there's all sorts of convenient things you can do. There's all sorts of utility things to do. And then I would say home safety and home monitoring, home security, all that good stuff. Oh, and like the garden lights that are out in front, I have a rule that takes in the date time, and it goes in and they turn on at sunset and they turn off at 10 p.m. I have incoming data like from the tide. This is set up to look at the tide in Redwood City and tell me high tide, low tide, stuff like that. The weather data you can bring in and determine useful things like, should you water your yard? Is it raining? All those kinds of things. And then there's add-ons that the community has supported for all sorts of things. TVs and electronics, as well as the incoming data from all over. And that's really where this project shines. So go to iot.mozilla.org and look for the community. There's all the source code is available on GitHub at Mozilla-IoT. All the add-ons, when you install an add-on, there's a link to the source of the repository for the author of the add-on that has more useful information about what to do with it. And in general, I'm willing to help. I actually installed smart home Raspberry Pis for some of my aunts and uncles and cousins and friends and family. And it's pretty simple to get set up. And I think it's really powerful for education. So my last part of the spiel is microblocks.fun. It's an open source educational project, and it has built-in WebThing library. So you can easily turn all your own microcontroller stuff, the 32-bit stuff that microblocks can support, with the built-in Web of Things library, and it publishes the JSON, which is properties, actions, and events. The JSON information gets published by the WebThing library really easily. You don't have to know any JSON yourself. So kids can be doing this. So you can have whole classrooms where they make their own web things and tie them all together with a Raspberry Pi. So sorry for all the technical difficulties, and I wish I could have shared my screen instead of just my phone, but hope you enjoyed it. Have fun. Go be private, safe, secure, and have all that convenience.